Ready? Start. Associated companies and associated undertakings mean any two or more companies or undertakings, or a company and an undertaking, interconnected with each other in the following manner, namely, if a person who is the owner or a partner or director of a company or undertaking, or who, directly or indirectly holds or control shares carrying not less than 20% of the voting power in which company or undertaking, is also the owner or partner or director of another company or undertaking, or directly or indirectly, holds or controls shares carrying not less than 20% of the voting power in that company or undertaking, or if the companies or undertakings are under common management or control, or one is the subsidiary of another, or if the undertaking is mudaraba managed by the company and a person who is owner of or a partner or director in a company or undertaking, or who so holds or controls shares carrying not less than 10% of the voting power in a company or undertaking, shall be deemed to be an associated person of every such other person and of the person who is the owner of or a partner or director in such other company or undertaking, or who so holds or controls such shares in such manner or undertaking, or whoso holds or controls such shares in such company or undertaking, provided that shares shall be deemed to be owned, held or controlled by a person if they are owned, held or controlled by that person or by the spouse or minor children of the person, provided further that directorship of a person or persons by virtue of nomination by the federal government or a provincial government or a financial institution, or indirectly owned or controlled by such government, or shares owned by the national investment or the investment corporation of Pakistan, or a financial institution directly or indirectly owned or controlled by the federal government or a provincial government, or shares registered in the name of a central depository where such shares are beneficially owned by the central depository, shall not be taken into account for determining the status of a company, undertaking or person as an associated company, associated undertaking or associated person, full stop. Member means, in relation to a company having share capital, a subscriber to the memorandum of the company, and every person to whom is allotted, or who becomes the holder of, any share, scrip or other security which gives him a voting right in the company and whose name is entered in the register of members, and, in relation to a company not having a share capital, any person who has agreed to become a member of the company and whose name is so entered, full stop. Memorandum means the memorandum of associated of a company as originally framed or as altered from time to time in pursuance of the provision of any previous Companies Act or of this ordinance, full stop. Prescribed means as respects the provisions of this ordinance relating to the winding up of companies and other matters requiring to be determined or decided by the court, prescribed by rules made by the Supreme Court in consultation with the high courts, or, where the Supreme Court advises the federal government to do so, by the federal government in consultation with the high courts, and as respect the other provisions of this ordinance, prescribed by rules or regulations made by the federal government after previous publication in the official gazette, full stop.